Have you ever wondered how storms, these mighty forces of nature, shape our environment and human life? Storms, a disturbed state of the environment, are characterized by strong winds, tornadoes, hail, thunderstorms, heavy precipitation, and freezing rain. They are more than just a spectacle of nature. They have a significant impact on human life and the environment. From causing harm through storm surges, flooding, lightning, wildfires, and wind shear, storms can disrupt lives and property in many ways. Picture this: a tropical cyclone causing power outages, destruction of key infrastructure, and even loss of life. Or a storm surge causing flooding and cutting off escape routes. Or lightning igniting wildfires, causing acid rain and damaging ecosystems and infrastructure. But it's not all doom and gloom. Storms also have their positive side. They can alleviate droughts, provide water for our reservoirs, and even enable recreational activities like skiing. With such a profound influence on our world, understanding how storms form is crucial. But how does a storm come into existence? It all begins with the interaction of low and high pressure systems. You see, our atmosphere is a complex dance of forces, constantly shifting and moving. In this dance, the performers are air masses of different temperatures and pressures. Now imagine, a warm, low-pressure air mass meets a cool, high-pressure air mass. As these two come into contact, the warmer air, being lighter, begins to rise above the cooler, heavier air. As it ascends, the air cools and condenses, forming clouds. But not just any clouds, these are the birthplace of a storm, the storm clouds. This process, known as convection, is the first step in the formation of a storm. It's like a pot of boiling water. The heat causes the water at the bottom to rise to the surface, creating bubbles. Similarly, the warm, moist air rises, cools, and forms clouds. These storm clouds can grow and evolve, sometimes reaching heights of over 10 miles. The energy and moisture within these clouds continue to build, creating the thunder, lightning, and heavy precipitation we associate with storms. But a storm doesn't just flash into existence and disappear. Oh no, it can last anywhere from 12 to 200 hours. That's right, a single storm can persist for more than a week, dramatically influencing the conditions of our oceans and the weather patterns around it. So we've seen how a storm is born, but what happens next? A storm doesn't just form and then disappear. It goes through a life cycle. Imagine a tiny seed growing into a towering tree. In a similar fashion, a storm also evolves from a mere disturbance to a significant weather event, and eventually it dissipates. The life cycle of a storm is a dramatic play of natural forces, a sequence of stages each with its unique characteristics and impacts on environment and human life. Initially, a storm is born from an atmospheric disturbance. This can be triggered by the clash of warm and cold air masses, creating a low-pressure system. As the warm air rises, it cools and condenses, forming clouds. This is the infancy of a storm, a phase which can bring light showers and gusty winds. Next, the storm intensifies. The clouds grow larger and darker. Rainfall becomes heavier, winds stronger. Thunder and lightning might join the performance. This is the storm's maturity, its peak, where it can cause the most damage. Flooding, power outages, and property destruction are common during this stage. Finally, the storm reaches its decline. The once menacing clouds start to thin out, the rain lessens, and the winds calm. The storm is dissipating, losing its energy. As it fades, it leaves behind a changed landscape and often a sigh of relief. However, even in its decline, a storm can still pose threats. Flash floods might follow heavy rains, and weakened structures could still collapse. Thus, even as the storm fades, it's important to remain cautious. The life cycle of a storm is a fascinating process, demonstrating the power and unpredictability of nature. After the storm has dissipated, it leaves behind a legacy that can change our environment and way of life. The aftermath of a storm often paints a picture of devastation. Structures and infrastructure may be damaged, often leading to considerable economic losses. The strong winds can wreak havoc on homes, and the resultant damage may displace entire populations. Yet not all aftermath is negative. In the wake of a storm, the heavy precipitation can bring relief to drought-stricken areas, replenishing water sources, and revitalizing parched lands. This rain can foster new life, transforming barren landscapes into fertile grounds. Despite the destruction they can cause, storms also play a significant role in the global water cycle. They move water in the form of vapor, rain, or snow from the oceans to the land, and then back again to the oceans. This continual movement of water is a key component of Earth's overall climate system. Storms, powerful and unpredictable, are a testament to the incredible forces of nature that shape our world.